We play and call it work.
Hey there folks, and welcome to another episode of War of the Realms. Today is special because two reasons. I am playing the Flesh Eater Courts for the first time, and I'm playing with Constantine. Now Constantine's been here, well, he's going to be here for a while. You're here all this week as well, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's his vacation. He's playing a lot of Warhammer with us here at MiniWarGaming.com, and you can too. If you want to come by, go to MiniWarGaming.com/challenge. Age of Sigmar, 40k, 30k, we handle it all. But other than that, we're doing a 1250 point game. We're actually doing two today, just because it's the Flesh Eater Courts are new and they're fun, and I want to try and get as much out of them as I can today before I delve deeper into them into the future. But well, because I usually do 2,000 points. Yeah. Today I'm doing the Ghoul focused one, which is the Mourgaunt Court, the Mourgaunt Court. Yeah. So that's the one where ghouls come back on a 4-up. I'll go into more details about that, of course, in the future. And Constantine here is playing the Maggotkin of Nurgle, specifically the Rotbringers. Yeah. This is the one I like to play as well, like the half-human, half-demon, all bloated by Nurgle. Again, 1250 points, random scenario. Let's go take a look at the armies and the table. Here we have 1,200 points of Flesh Eater Courts. Now we're playing at 1,250, but I really wanted an extra command point because upon my first impressions of the book, command points are very special for these guys, very important, specifically the Freeing Frenzy command ability. I'll get into that in a moment. I am playing the Mourgaunt Courts, which is the ghouls, the little guy specific focus. One quick correction, I'm going to get rid of that Vargolf Courtier and add 3 more Crypt Horus to this unit, just because of limitation in models and the way summoning works. Probably get a little bit more out of summoning the Vargolf. But anyways, we're going to start off with the General. We have the new Archregent painted, the Mordant Archregent. I think he was called the Mordant Emperor when they first released him. It was kind of a cool name, but they changed it to the Archregent. Anyways, the Mourgaunt Grand Court gives him the command trait Savage Chivalry. He can reroll hit rolls of 1 while he's within 12 inches of a friendly Serf unit. Now, the Serfs are the ghouls. So he's got 7 attacks. This guy, if I could describe him, it is literally a Ghoul King on foot on steroids. He's got 2 more attacks than the Ghoul King does. He can cast 2 spells, and he can summon 1 Courtier, he can summon 20 Serfs, or he can summon 3 Knights. Now, the Knights are these guys here in the Flayers. The Serfs are just the ghouls themselves. So the Ghoul King himself only summons 10, he can summon 20. I'll probably end up summoning a Vargolf Courtier with him, and of course that's once per game that you can do that. You can't do that as many times as you want with this model. It's once per game per model you have. Because he is my general and I'm playing the Mourgaunt Grand Court, I have to take the relic, the Decrepit Coronet, but this is a good relic. Do not take Battle Shock tests for friendly Mourgaunt units while they're wholly within 12 inches of the bearer, or wholly within 18 inches of the bearer if it is your general. So this is a wholly within 18-inch range of no Battle Shocks for death, which is huge. That means all of my, if I position things properly, that means all of my command points will go into attacking multiple times, or bringing ghouls back. The one thing I get with the Mourgaunt Grand Court is the command ability amongst all my heroes, Heaving Masses. I can use this ability when a friendly Serf unit is destroyed. If I do so, roll a dice on a 4-up. An identical unit is set up on the battlefield, wholly within 6 inches of a battlefield edge, more than 9 inches away from enemy units. But that's either this squad or this big squad of 40 can come back on a 4-up. That is the command ability for this this court. And again, this court really focuses on the ghouls, because it also has the basic ability Blood Loyalty. You can reroll hit rolls of 1 for friendly Courtier units that are wholly within 12 of a friendly Serf unit. In addition, while a friendly Serf unit is wholly within 12 of a friendly Courtier, its Boundless Ferocity ability activates if the Serf unit has 10 or more models instead of 20. So essentially they get extra attack if they have 20 or more models. But if they're wholly within 12 of a Courtier, which is these two guys here, they get to activate on models of 10 or more. So it kind of keeps their ferocity going even at lower model count, which really does make the 20-man units pretty effective. The 41s might not be as necessary anymore. I don't know. I'm just kind of quickly throwing a list together to see what we have. But you could make this very effective with small units of 20 guys, paying 200 points instead of 360 points, and having more units on the field to capture more objectives throughout the field. In this case, I only have 3 units, so if this is a heavy objective game, I'm going to struggle a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see. Back to my general. Because I have access to all these new spells, he gets to know 1 additional spell. He's going to know Blood Feast. I choose the unit that is within range of one of my own units, and that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds, or more if I roll a 10 or plus to cast. And afterwards, the amount of wounds I deal are healed back to my unit that was in range in the form of healing wounds to a unit, or if that unit is fully healed, returning amount of models with a wound characteristic equal to the amount healed. So I can bring back a bunch of ghouls, or I can bring back maybe one crypt horror, stuff like that. It's just a form of offensive magic that has a nice little utility effect to it. And I should note, in addition to the extra 2 attacks over a Ghoul King, he just heals flat 3 wounds a turn. So you have to kill him outright. Well, not outright, but pretty much have to kill him in one go, or else he can be pretty durable. And then 2 supporting heroes, we have 2 Gripcast Courtiers. They're going to follow my units of ghouls around and, well, try and reanimate them, repeatedly. Try and float between the 2 of them and see whoever needs the help. Because we're playing at 1,000 points with an extra 250 points, we're only playing with a couple of battle lines, so I have one squad of 40, serfs here, the ghouls, and one squad of 20 ghouls as well. I had to put that guy in there because I couldn't find the 20th model. It was driving me nuts. And lastly, I have a unit of 6 crypt horrors. These are just kind of the bigger version of the ghouls. They tend to hit harder, they have a lot more attacks, and they're just overall a lot more durable. And one thing to note is if you have a Grand Court, you don't get a Delusion. The Delusion is essentially what the Grand Court's ability is. So I have that ability where I get extra attacks if I'm near my generals, or my generals get to reroll hit rolls if they're near my serfs. That's my Delusion. And I get the additional abilities from the Court as well. So I don't have to roll or pick from the Delusion chart. And we have the new command ability, Feeding Frenzy. This one is easy. You can use this command ability after a friendly Flesh Eater Court unit has fought in the combat phase for the first time and is wholly within 12 inches of a friendly hero, or wholly within 18 inches of a general. If you do so, that unit can immediately make a pylon move and then attack with all of its melee weapons that it is armed with for a second time. You cannot pick the same unit to fight twice. Now, this one is good. I think this is the one that is the star of the book. Feeding Frenzy before was if you killed something completely on a 6, you got to fight again, so it never came up. Or if it did, it didn't really matter all that much because it killed something, so you'd have to pile into something else that was within range. Now this one is just command point fight. Like, the perfect case scenario is these guys pile in and fight, I spend an extra command point to fight again. These guys pile in and fight, spend an extra command point to fight again. And then these guys pile in and fight, and I spend an extra command point to fight again. Assuming all my general and my heroes are within range. That could be huge. That could be game winning. And like I said, that's probably the most powerful thing in the book based on my first impression. And we're going to talk about the new scenery piece they get as well. Unfortunately, I'm not using any of the new endless spells, but the Charnel Throne has the Ghoulish Landmark ability. Flesh Eater Court units treat this terrain feature as having the inspiring scenery rule, and all other units, so my enemy units, treat this as having the Sinister special rule. So Sinister is subtract 1 from Bravery characteristic. Inspiring is add 1 to the Bravery characteristic. Now, I don't think that's huge. The Inspiring thing doesn't matter because for the most part, you're going to try and... Well, I guess if you're not playing the Mourgaunt, because with the Mourgaunt, chances are they're going to be immune to Battle Shock anyways. But we'll see. The bigger thing is Ruler of all he surveys. The Arc Regent has to be an Arc Regent that is within 1 inch of this terrain feature can use the Summon Imperial Guard command ability without spending a command point. In addition, an Abhorrent Ghoul King that is within 1 inch of this terrain feature can use the Summon Men-at-Arms ability. So it's pretty much just your Ghoul Kings and this guy, but he's got a little bit better summoning. So I get to keep my additional command point and not have to use it to get my my Vargolf Courtier on the field. So that command point will go towards Feeding Frenzies or something of that sort. And that is it for the Flesh Eater Court. I swear, I know I went on for a while, but it's also for my own sake to make sure we get everything correct here. Again, I think the Feeding Frenzy is going to be the big thing here. And of course, all of the recurring models. All those rules are still the same, where you just roll 6 dice and allocate them how you want between units. Obviously, these 2 can only affect the ghouls, but if I bring my Courtier in, then he can affect the ghouls and the horrors as well. The Courtiers... Well, usually in 2,000 points, you see the double Courtier summon as the usual go-to. So at 1250, I'm just summoning 1. Here, we have the 1250 points of Maggotkin. This isn't exactly 1250, is it? It's like a little bit less?
It's 1220, so...
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So what do you got?
Okay, so... In this list, we actually have, I spent the points for the Blight's Battalion.
At 1250?
Yeah, it's 220, but... So it's essentially a 1,000-point list, but my guys get rend, but all the Blight Kings get rend.
And they can shoot his gun.
And they can shoot they can throw his heads more.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that's pretty fun. So
and you get the command point and the relic, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, so the lot of Blights for this year is just going to be very general this time. The trait I chose for him this time was just Grandfather's Blessing, so it allows me once per game to change the cycle of corruption, so I can essentially put it 1 forward or 1 backward.
Oh, you can only choose to go 1 up or 1 down?
Yeah, I can, 1 up or 1 down.
Okay.
But still, it could be nice. So
that could
for
be
example,
huge.
but it's at the start of the hero phase, and I'm gonna I'll have to check that.
Right.
But yeah, that's it for him. Then I also, of course, have a Harbinger of Decay.
Naturally.
I gave him the first artifact, because I have two, because battalion, right? He has the Split Horn Helm. It just makes him a little tougher. It allows him to ignore wounds or mortal wounds on a 6-up.
In addition to his Morbid Vigor ability.
Right, in addition to his Morbid Vigor ability, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Then third hero, this is the only one not in the battalion. It's just the Lord of Afflictions for 220. Because he's really tough and can do some damage maybe.
He's also got the rerolling 1 bubble. He's like a captain from...
Yeah, right, also that, right. And I gave him the second artifact, which is the Shield of Growths. It's the one that, it's essentially, it gives me a reroll to saves, but essentially I can reroll the dice that are equal to or under the wounds he has already suffered.
Right.
So it gets better the more wounds he takes.
Yeah, so his armor save reroll is better the more wounds he takes. It's bad at first, and down to 1 wound he can pretty much reroll everything.
Yeah, but on an 8 wound character that's pretty good, right?
It is, it is.
And then just my 3 battle line, because 3 units are mandatory for the battalion.
Yep.
I had 3 units of 5, just Blight Kings.
And they're all full command. You got the champion, the Dolorous Toxin, the banner, and all of them.
Yeah.
These guys are pretty tough, especially with the 5-up to ignore damage from this guy's command ability. And of course we got a tree.
Yeah,
Can't play without the tree.
Of course.
And that's the Maggotkin, a lot simpler. You're all familiar with the Maggotkin already, ideally. Okay, we are gonna play this scenario on chart number 3, scenario 1. So that's General's Handbook. This is the battlefield for Constantine and myself, and we are playing Total Commitment in these, I guess we could say, Flesh Eater Court ruins, or more specifically, the Mourgaunt courts. Ruined old castle, fortress thingy-majigger. We're doing Total Commitment. There's 4 objectives. 1, 2, 4, and 3 over there. The numbers don't matter that much. The main rule for this one is there's no reserves, which neither of us really have, because I'm summoning... and you have nothing in reserve.
No, I don't.
Like that's mostly for like the Night Haunt or the Stormcast Eternals or Sylvaneth. They could do it too. I'm sure there's a lot of other armies too. I can't think of them right now. This one's simple. At the end of your turn, you score victory points as follows: you get 1 for ones in your territory, assuming I'm over here, and then you get 3 for your opponents if you control them. Whoever has the most at the end of 5 battle rounds wins the game. Simple?
Yeah. Pretty simple.
So this is the Dawn of War deployment. The table split right down the center, boop, 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 and we deploy. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 12 inches away from your opponent, so 12 inches up the board. It's a good thing I double checked, because this one you're deploying 9 inches away from your opponent's deployment zone, so that means we are 15 inches up the battlefield and 18 inches away from each other, which is good for both of us because we're obviously both close combat armies. So all that does is speed up the game for us here. We're going to try to play a second one afterwards, so that's fine as well. I want to note that if you're curious about this terrain, these boards were custom made for us by Adam at Greenleaf Terrain, and obviously all the scenery goes along with it. It's supposed to represent, it was meant for Watchers in Death, and it was a Shadespire set. So this is something to do with Shadespire, or it's supposed to look like Shadespire. But I'm a huge fan of this, and it looks really cool, so we're going to use it. I guess we just roll off to pick sides and deploy then. Yeah. Advise Constantine not to use my dice, but he is adamant that he's not going to let superstition rule his life. I got a 6.
That's okay.
That was a drop die, I know. But
Hey,
no! It was kind of a drop die, but whatever, I'll keep it.
See, I rolled it
6.
properly.
3. All right,
okay.
so it'll be me, and for simplicity, I'll pick this side, and you'll go over there, and I'll deploy first. So we have deployed. I'll start with my end. We're 15 inches up over here. We had the throne that went down first. It's wholly within 12 of the table edge, more than 1 inch away from objectives or other terrain features, and wholly within 12 of my deployment zone as well, so that's the perfect spot. And I deployed the arc region on top of there too, because that's what the picture has him set up as on. Right. And I want to be playing the game in the army correctly, so I also deployed him up on the throne as he overlooks the battlefield. So tell me if I'm doing it right or not, but he's there. We got the 40 ghouls right in front of him, protecting him. On my left flank, we have 20 ghouls near this objective. I swapped out the courtiers a little bit, just so I can differentiate them better. This one is going to be leading over here, those 20 ghouls, plus the courtier. And then we have 6 crypt horrors in the middle, kind of floating, more focused in this direction, but there's a lot of Maggotkin forces over here. And of course I use this courtier to represent the pink one here, just so he stands out. I had put the ones I planned on putting down, but he just blended in so much, I just didn't want to do it. And then Constantine finished deploying first with his Blight Cyst, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
And over here we have 2 squads of Maggotkin, or 2 squads of Blight Kings.
Right.
The what is it called?
Lord of Blights.
That's right.
Harbinger.
and then Lord of Affliction.
Right.
And then you have one singular unit of Blight Kings in this far corner protecting objective number 3. I had to make a push for that, and I wanted to put... My original plan was to summon the Vargolf Courtier over here and supporting these two, but that's like overkill, I think, for that. But we'll see. Because maybe these guys can hold up against that for a long time. That's a lot of shots and shooting.
It is.
And a lot of close combat attacks,
maybe he's going to just kill them. We'll see. I mean, it could potentially be like 6 attacks attacking twice.
I could pile in.
If you're lucky.
Right, exactly. So you never know. They could just be a wash. They could just walk up, kill, and walk over them. We'll see, though. Since you deployed first, Constantine, you have all the power. Who's going first here?
Probably gonna be you because.
Oh, you have to roll your chart. Let's see what the.
Of course. It starts a better round. Yeah.
So roll the d6 here. See what we get. This is your cycle of corruption. It's gonna be 3. That is the burgeoning. So wait, roll a dice for each unit within 1 inch of a treating feature at the start of your hero phase.
Right.
So not until your turn. On a 5 or more, they suffer mortal wounds, and you heal. Okay, so now back to who you want to go first.
But yeah, let's get. I'll let you go first.
Okay, the Flesh of your Court's gonna go first then. So the burgeoning won't come into play until the start of the Maggotkin hero phase. Started my hero phase, I'll get my second command ability because I had 50 points less than the agreed limit. And we're going to do Ferocious Hunger from him. I choose a Flesh of your Court unit within 6 inches. Scratch that, wholly within 24 is casting value 6. And they get to add D3 to their attack characteristic. So we fail it with a 4, but at this point it's not that important. And he can cast 2 spells. The spell he knows, the offensive one, is not in range, so he's going to go with a Mystic Shield. He does get Mystic Shield off, and naturally he'll put that on these fine ghouls here. So they're going to be rolling their saving throws of 1. I'm going to go ahead and run forward. Now, they can all shoot his, his shooting attack, because of the battalion.
They can all throw heads at you.
Yeah, the weird bugs that explode.
Wait, I think it's actually literally heads.
Is it literally heads?
I think it's literally because essentially the people they kill, they take out their heads and hang them on trees and let them foul and ripen and all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess.
And his are better. They're thrice ripened, not just once ripened.
Yeah, he leaves them up 3 times long. I always thought it was bugs, like weird bugs they threw at you. Death's Head. They call the bug Death's Head. But we're gonna run them. Just because I'm already in range of the shooting attack after you move up and shoot because we're 18 inches away, so I might as well get even closer. I'm going to go 12 inches.
Let's look at that.
I'm probably not going to go with the full 12, though, because I don't feel like getting...
Welcome to the party, man.
Maybe I will go with the full 12. I don't know. Don't ask me these things. So, go up to full 12. Going to get charged this turn, but whatever. Might as well get to the fighting right away. There's only one way to learn, and that's to make mistakes. So, we're going to run this Courtier up as well. An extra 5, so you're just going to boop to there. Just to keep everything within 12. And then the Arc Regent's just going to drop down a level. He's going to get to the fight, but he has to stay within an inch of this terrain feature. These ghouls are going to run up 2. That's 8 inches on these folks. They're going to go up here. A little bit slower than the brethren. Ending there. And he's going to run, just to keep up with them. He'll go there. And then the horrors are going to run as well, an extra 4. Pretty easy army to play so far, just run forward. We're going to go over this way. We're going to focus on this flank with these guys, I think. It's pretty much turning the battle into like one game over here, one game over here. But it is what it is. And the Vargulf Courtier flanks on from this battlefield edge over here. So it's any battlefield edge wholly within 6, more than 9 away from enemy models. And because I use that within 1 inch of the throne, it does not cost me a command point. So I'm still at 2. And honestly, I think that's my turn, because I have no charges to make. I'll gain 2 victory points at the end. I'm not too sure if this made any sense or not. We'll see, because I probably should support this flank over here, because there's obviously way more threats over in this direction. But if I could overpower that flank and maybe hold off for a turn here, that might be enough to throw the balance off. We'll find out in turn 1 for the Maggotkin. Okay, so a couple of things happen at the start of your hero phase here. You get contagion points. You get D3 because I don't have anything near that, plus 4 because I have nothing in your territory yet.
Yeah. So let's see. That's 6.
Okay, 6 is alright. 6 is not bad. We'll scratch that. It will only be 3 plus 2, so for 5, because I do have models in your territory. I thought it was deployment zone, but it does say territory.
No, it's actually a good catch, because like the territories are half and half, right?
Right.
It's just the deployment zones are just 12 inches from the edge or 12 inches.
Oh, it's
no, it's
15.
actually 9 inches from the middle and 15 inches from there. So.
Yeah. So I am within your territory because the territory is, this is my
Right.
territory and that's all your territory. So I do have a few ranks there,
Yeah.
and the Crypt Horror is over here. So it is still 5. It's not that big of a deal, just
Yeah.
a nice 1. Oh, it could amount to something. And the burgeoning happens throughout the start of your hero phase. So you roll a d6 for every one of my units within 1 inch of a terrain feature. So I have that unit on a 5, they suffer a mortal wound.
Yep. So let's see. Nope.
No. And then he as well, because this is a terrain feature,
Yeah.
and he has to stay within an
Yeah,
inch of
to
it.
stay within. That's
He does take a mortal wound. He's a hero. He does not ignore it. Is it? It's just 1 mortal wound? So he will have 6 remaining. Crypt Horrors.
doesn't really matter. They're gonna heal anyway, but
Nope.
they look they didn't get anyway. And ghouls, no.
And that's it for the burgeoning.
Yeah.
You want to use your Morbid Vigor?
Oh yeah, yeah. So definitely Harbinger of Decay is going to trigger it. So it's the 5 up ignoring wounds for everyone.
Is that just anything within 7 inches of him?
It's
I think
any units within 7 inches.
Okay,
yeah.
so they'll have
any
5 up to ignore
any,
damage.
Yeah, right. It's any Nurgle units within 7.
All these guys.
Yeah.
Nurgle mortals
Mortals.
specifically.
It's just mortals. So
Yeah.
the demons don't get it.
It works for Archeon though, because he's a mortal and a demon.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go ahead and use this command trait, Grandfather's Blessing.
Yeah.
So this allows you in your hero phase to increase the chart or decrease the chart. And what are you
Yeah.
gonna do here?
Yeah. It's once per game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna increase it by 1 because the other effect already triggered.
Right.
So I'm just gonna put it to the second one, which is
And the second one's called. This is the Plague of Misery. So
Right.
this forces me to reroll battle shock checks of 1. Won't be relevant that much for me because I'm deaf.
right.
But this kind of gets it to the good stuff later on.
Because I was thinking about the other one. I want to get the ones after that sooner. So
Right, so we're just kind of getting it ahead now to get the crappy ones out of the way. And that's it for your hero phase because you have no wizards in that round of movement.
yeah.
Here they come. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, these guys can even advance in charge if they wanted to because they got the
Could,
tree nearby.
yeah.
Ooh. Here, these ones here are going to move forward.
No, they're not gonna.
Oh,
they're gonna throw their heads at you.
Oh, that's right. See, I tried to trick you.
Yeah.
I forgot they can all shoot. So they're gonna move forward. Boop, boop, boop. You know what? I haven't seen the shooting attack do anything, but against a horde of lightly armored guys, maybe it will.
We'll see, maybe. Yeah, they're just gonna keep up.
Right, keep their auras going.
To there, and Harbinger, this pillar is kind of in the way, but let's just put him to, like, there maybe.
Sure.
Stay within 7.
The Lord of Affliction will run. I'm gonna go an extra 4.
So
it goes
12.
12? Yeah.
12 in total, yeah.
I'm gonna go directly forward.
Just gonna end up right there.
I'm trying to get models in my territory.
Trying.
This is true. He's actually in my territory now, so you'll be
Yeah.
getting an extra 3 contagion points. So these guys are they gonna run or are they just gonna move forward? Or are you gonna move back?
This is kind of.
The longer you hold this objective, the longer my plan tends to fail. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with
Yeah, I
them.
know, but I will maybe kind of. So there are ghouls there.
Yeah.
I think I'll just run them so I don't have to really measure.
Running.
So let's see how far they go.
Go up
Okay,
to 7
so
inches.
7 in total. 6 of.
So you're gonna put them over here just to kind of bottleneck my ghouls because of
Right.
this big pillar here. It brings us to the shooting phase, which we actually have. He usually gets to pick 1 unit, but now he gets to pick every unit from the battalion to use his little munificent bounty's head. Actually, he has to actually be within 3 of them, so we just kind of moved it to fix that.
I just.
What is the profile on the shot?
So it's 4 plus 3 plus 1 shot essentially, and it's just 1 damage. His one is kind of better. It's
He's got 2 different ones, right?
Yeah, but he can specifically only use the better one.
Right.
The other one is just the profile he gives to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It was pretty much 11 shots with this. That hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. 11 because 10 from there, and he can shoot his own little tiny one. Then he can shoot the big one afterwards.
Right.
Now, where do you want to shoot these?
Maybe okay. You see, this is because if I shoot them in them, that I could pick some off.
But it doesn't
But
amount to much.
It doesn't amount to much because as long as he's there, they're just going to come back en masse.
So you might as
So
well try.
maybe I'll just try. I know it just hits on 5, but maybe I'll try to put everything into the crypt gas to maybe snipe him off.
All right, look out, sir. We'll make it hit on 5s, but that's
Right.
still worthwhile.
Yeah.
So are you going to do his big shot
I'm gonna
first?
I'm gonna start with his big shot. It hits on 3s normally, so 4s now.
That's a hit.
Hits.
Wounding on 3?
Winning on 3.
No. And now the 11 tiny shots on 5s against him.
The Munificent Bounty Death set. So it's
1, 2, 3
just
hits.
3, okay.
And 3s?
3s, yeah.
3
so
wounds.
all of them. No rend, 1
No
damage.
rend on this. I'll look what his save is, and I'll see. I probably pass on a 6.
Yeah.
But he has a 5-up armor save. I make one of those. He's got a Deathless Minion equivalent. He takes 2, going down to 2. You definitely could have killed him there pretty easily. That's it for shooting. On to charges.
Yeah.
Open up with these guys here, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, start with them.
You get +1 to this, so you got a 13.
Okay.
So they're gonna end there. Who's charging next?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out with these Black Kings there.
They get +1 as well for a total of 8. Ending like that, and then we have the leader too.
Yep.
So he needs probably like a 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'm just gonna charge with the Lord of Blights here, not the Harbinger. So we'll see. A 7 maybe.
Is definitely getting him in. A 7 is no problemo, so he's in there as well. So we have 5 here, Lord of Blights, 5 here, all charging in. And then the other guys on the other side of the table ran, so they will not be charging. They're not near their tree. And which unit would you like to fight with first? Unless you're not doing anything with this guy, are you? He could declare
I wasn't
charge.
planning on doing anything with him. I mean, he could technically.
Yeah, he probably needs like an 8 or a 9. Probably an 8. He's just gonna stay right there, and then you're gonna fight with one of these Vikings.
Yeah, one of those Blight Kings. Gonna start with them.
This squad over here.
Yep.
All right, so that's 15 attacks.
Right.
15 attacks hitting on 3s.
But 6s are D6.
Yes,
So
6s
looking
are
for
real
that.
good. We have
two.
2 6s. So we'll move these out of the way. You roll the 6s. They're 1 hit that turn into
7.
So, yeah, 7 more, or 7 in total. These wound on 3s, and I get no save now because I only have a 6-up armor save normally, so Mystic Shield's gone to waste.
So
1 fail.
Okay.
That's really good. These are only 1 damage each. I do get to ignore damage on 6s though, so my 6-up armor save is rendered because of the battalion. So I save 2 of them, so 11 will die. Just double checking that. Yeah. So 11 that probably aren't going to attack. I'm going to pull. So let's say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 10 and 11 probably aren't attacking. That's not bad. You just took a big chunk out of them. Now they're going to go ahead and fight. Go ahead and do some piling in to make sure I can at least fight in 2 ranks here. So you're going to go over here. Try and do as much damage to these guys as I possibly can. So yeah, after piling in, everyone's able to get in because they have 1 inch reach and they're 25 mil bases, so they get to fight in 2 ranks. But I do have to split them up still. And they currently have 3 attacks each because they're wholly within 18 inches of my aberrant. That means they're rerolling 1s. Their unit size allows them to get 3 attacks each. I have 15 attacks over here. In that squad, I'm going to ignore your Blight King or your Blight Lord, and 14 over here, but we have the gas, so it's going to be the same amount. Well, 1 less attack over here, so it's going to be 45 attacks, and then it's going to be 44 attacks?
No, 43.
43 because it's 3 attacks each, that's right. So 43 and then 45 attacks. We whipped the dice tray out for this one. So this is 45 attacks into the Blight Kings, rerolling 1s because of their proximity to the abhorrent. There we go, nice and organized. There's a couple 1s. At this point, you might you're safest even calling statistics with that many dice. So we have 2 more hits. Not that many hit rolls. Wounding on 4s now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. You have a 4-up armor.
Yep.
4-up armor save. And you have a 5-up to ignore damage.
Oh, that's actually
That's a really good roll. That's not good for me. I do 2 damage, with 45 attacks.
Yeah, I made a mistake. Put the big guy in the middle here because this one is the champion. So I'm gonna put it on this guy. So he's down to 2.
There.
Yeah.
And now the 43 attacks into this unit. 4s! Rerolling any 1s. There we go, that looks a little bit better. The reroll. 3 more hits. Wounding on 4s. 17 wounding hits. You have a 4-up armor save. So this is obviously immediately better.
This is a lot. I mean, it's not
average
bad.
looking, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty average looking.
And then you have a 5-up to ignore damage as well from Morbid Vigor, which saves
So
4.
4.
So I actually do 5?
No, I think it's 4. It's
After checking the clip, it was only 4 damage. So that would bring the champion down to 1 if that's what you want.
Yep.
So he's down to 1. And then, because of Feeding Frenzy, after they attack for the first time, I'm going to spend a command point, and they get to immediately fight again. So I just do all that again. So it's going to be 45 attacks over here and 43 attacks again over there to try and maybe take out a couple models before I take more damage back. I should probably put more attacks over in this direction, but oh well. And yes, for all those who are probably like, no way. Feeding Frenzy is immediately after they attack, they immediately fight again before Constantine has a chance to pick to fight with another unit. Here is the 43 attacks in that same squad again. On 4s. The reroll gives me 1 more hit. Force to wound. So now we have 10 wounds into those Blight Kings. I'm okay just killing the 1 model at this point. So 4-up armor. Woo! Okay, that's really good saves again.
What was it about your dice again?
I know. Yeah, I know. 5-ups to ignore. Okay, so I do 3 damage.
Yeah. So you kill.
So I do kill this Blight King off, and then I assume the next one over will take 2.
Yeah.
So the champ goes down. Next guy's down to 2. So at least I kill 1 model before he gets to attack. And now the 45 attacks into this squad. 45 attacks. Rerolling 1s.
Oh, that looks good.
Boop. The reroll. 2 more hits. And force wound. Come on. Here we go. No, I knocked 1. Oh well. Just 10 more wounds. Alright, 4 up armor. I can't do this. 5-0 to ignore.
To ignore.
Okay, I kill model. For 1 command point, I kill 1 Blight King in each squad. I can't keep up with those 4 up armor saves though. The dice are actually kind of betraying me here. And you get to attack with this squad or the Blight Lord. That's going to be 12 attacks with those Blight Kings.
Right.
3s to hit.
Open for 6s. Oh,
Yeah, there's a couple. It's good enough, and those turn into 2d6 hits instead of just 9. 3s to wound. No save.
Well, your deathless minions still.
Oh, brutal. 6 up to ignore damage for deathless. 2, so I take 9 more guys. That's 5. Yeah, 9 more guys go down. So take you 4. And we'll take 3, 4, 5. Now this is where the Mourgaunt rule comes in, because now I lose that bonus attack, but because I have more than 10 models, I still get that bonus attack. You get to go with your Lord, though.
Lord of Blights now, so just 3 attacks, not exploding on 6s, but hey.
We got all 3 hits.
Yeah, look at that.
And
3. Whoops, that's
1 wound.
Yeah, 1 wound.
Yeah, we can just keep it. Just flat 2 damage?
Yeah.
So I have 6s to ignore this. I take 1. We'll kill you off. And that is it for combat. Obviously, you don't need to take morale. And I do, but this is where the Mourgaunt relic comes in nice, where everything wholly within 18 inches of him, which is those 2 units, are immune to battle shock. They don't have to take it. So it also saves me a command ability to Feeding Frenzy later on. For scoring, you get 2 points. Boop and boop. And now the cycle goes up before we roll off Noxious Revulsion. I have to reroll 6s to wound you. Yeah, that's not great. So yeah, a little recap at the end of the first turn that I definitely did make a big mistake not supporting this flank. I knew this flank wouldn't win, but I was hoping it was going to hold out a little bit longer. It's not looking so great. Yeah. But I'm obviously doing pretty good over here.
You are.
So we'll see. We'll see. I should have put... Yeah, I should have put everything over here. Oh, well, except for the 120-man squad. But anyways, it is what it is. This roll-off time. I win ties between Constantine and myself. This could be a pretty big deal.
This could. Yeah, definitely.
Pretty big deal. I'm going to get a 1.
Oh.
Uh-oh. All right,
Well,
the dice...
if I roll a 1, then you
Yeah,
can
it's
choose.
true. But the dice are... Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, my dice are betraying me! Okay, in my experience, the dice are... They either work really well for me and my opponent suffers dearly for them, but sometimes they betray me. I assume it's going to be Maggotkin turn 2.
I am the chosen one. Sorry, yeah.
It is going to be Maggotkin. There you go.
It is
All
going to
right.
be Maggotkin turn 2.
All right.
Yeah.
So hero phase, I assume you're going to do Morbid Vigor again.
Yeah, of
So
course, Morbid Vigor again.
back down to 1 command ability.
The other command abilities don't do anything for me, because this one, I can't target anything, because it's just Blight Lords.
Yeah.
And his one is, you don't have any shooting attack, so his doesn't matter either. Whoops.
I'm going to generate points. You're going to get 3 plus D3 plus... So you're going to get 6, because he's in my territory.
Right.
And I still have models in yours. So 6 plus D3, and you're currently at 5.
Right, yeah.
So it's going to be... So 8. So
No,
13
wait, actually-
in total.
That's right.
So that's a total of 13 contagion points. So it's your movement phase.
It really plugged this hole here.
Yeah, it's not really much more you could do. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that the leader in the middle there?
Yeah, you know what, here.
Swap them out.
I'll use my move to swap them out, yeah.
There you go.
This guy's just gonna shuffle a tiny little bit. Doesn't really matter, but I mean, just range and all of that.
Now you have to figure out what this guy wants to do.
I am probably going to run him.
Alright, so he's going to run. He moves
I don't
8
know.
right now.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a good idea. It's probably not, but whatever.
Take out my leader. So
Okay,
goes to
so
total of 12.
12.
12 is going to move him to right about there. And he's got the capabilities of taking out my the Regent here. If he goes down, that's not good for me. At the end of the movement phase, we're going to spawn a tree right beside him so he can still charge afterwards. Just more than 1 inch away from other terrain features and more than 9 away from my models.
And within 12.
On to shooting, all of these guys have to shoot my ghouls now because they're within 3 inches of them. So it's 11 shots. Oh, that's actually 8, 9, 10 shots.
Yeah.
No, it should be 9. Yeah, 9. And 1 big shot. Hitting on 3 with the big shot from the Lord. Hits.
So hits.
Wounds on 3. Wounds. And it's just D3 damage because I have no save against it. So 2. 6 is to ignore. 2 more die. We'll take you. We'll start taking from the back ranks. And now the 9 shots from the Death's Heads, the Munificent hitting on 4s. That's really good.
Yeah.
And 3s. Alright, we got 3. There's no rain on this one,
No.
right? So I actually have a 6-up armor save. I failed them all. Deathless Minion. I failed them all. So 3 more are going to die. Right on to charging. The Lord of Affliction will declare a charge. Doesn't matter who. Let's see what he gets. Probably needs like a 5 to get into combat with something. A 9? Yeah, he gets him into wherever he wants. Actually forgot, on the start of your hero phase, healing, so they can't heal. We'll try their heal. On a 6 they heal. Nope. And then on a 6 they take mortal wounds. My ghouls.
Yeah.
No. And then on a 6 he hurts himself with the incubath he has.
Right, yeah.
No. So all is well.
Yeah. Those Blight Kings.
These 4 Blight Kings are attack the ghouls first.
Yeah.
3s to hit, no rerolls. 3 6s, that's huge. And 3 actual hits, so 3 6s turn into 11 hits. 14 hits in the end there, pretty good. 3s to wound, and I'll get no armor save. 8 6 up to ignore damage because I'm death, so 6 die. 6 are gonna go down, 1, 2. I guess 3. We'll keep those guys there. And we'll go 3. Or do I want them to die is the issue. 6. I don't know what I want. I have no idea what I want. I'm gonna go with these guys now. I mostly pull from over there so that when they fight them, they don't get as many attacks and maybe they'll live. The goal here is to keep this alive as long as possible. This whole unit can come back to life on a 4-up, but that is a gimmicky rule that you never want to rely on because that could just not happen. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks. 8 of them attacking over here. They're only 2 attacks each now because they're less than 10. And so that's 16, 17 attacks for the champion. Not a lot of attacks now. This is it. Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. It's a pretty good hit. 4s to wound. We've got a good amount. I do have to reroll these 6s though, which will be, okay, 1 less wound. So we have 6 wounds. That's because of the cycle of corruption. 4-up armor save.
Oh no! Why?
Yeah, one fail. It is what it is.
Why? Oh, Neve!
No damage. Morbid Vigor. I'm not going to spend the command point to fight again. I have to save that command
so.
point to see if they come back. And then you get to fight over here, or with them, or the Lord. You might as well go with him.
Yeah, might as well go here.
He has 3 attacks with his Fester Spike, his Trident.
Yep. So, 3s, he rerolled 1s, because he has his Plague Vector rule. So,
They all hit,
okay.
and he's wound on 3s. 2. 5-up armor save, because the -1. I fail both. 2D is it 2d3 damage?
2d3, yeah.
Ugh.
So,
4. 4 damage, which he ignores on 6s. He takes 3, he's down to 3. He's got 3 left. 2 foul mouth parts.
On 3s.
Rerolling any 1s, they both hit.
And 3s.
1 wound, 4-up armor. Oh, 6 up to ignore. I take another one. He's down to 2. We still have the Stinger and the Bell.
So, Venomous Sting, 1 attack on a 4.
Ooh, the Bell on a 4. These never work for me. I hate them. Yeah,
No, okay.
they're the big damage ones too.
Yeah.
They never work. All I have left to attack with is my Arc Regent into him. He's got 7 attacks. He's a Ghoul King on foot with 2 more attacks. So we're going to go his 7 attacks. He doesn't get to reroll anything because he's not close enough to. Hit on 3s. No rerolls. 3s to wound. Okay, we got 4 wounds at -1.
Okay, so 4-up goes to a 5-up, right?
Yep. So you take maybe 2, but you have Disgusting Resilience.
He has
you're a demon.
Disgusting built in, because, yeah, Demon Mount, so...
He takes 2.
2.
This is 1 damage each, so he goes down to 6 wounds remaining.
Sorry. Go to 6.
Alright, that's them both done. And then you have these Blight Kings and the Lord of Blights.
Yeah.
Getting 2 guys into attack with those Blight Kings. 3s to hit, no rerolling. Double 6s are good though, so those 6s turn into... Well, 5 more attacks. 3s to wound against the Flesh Eater. And again with the Rend. So funny enough, I think the battalion was super good to take here. And 6 up to ignore damage. Okay, that's 7 dead. There's 1 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I could pull it over there, and then in my hero phase get more guys back, and then try and delay as much as I can. But I think I've lost this flank over here. My idea here is I pull him down to there, so this guy can't attack. And then on my turn, coming up, I get to heal some back. Unless it's only in I gotta double check what phase that happens in. It's in my hero phase within 10 inches, so that's definitely 10 inches. And then I get back my 5 on average, and then I fall back and make a line, I'm thinking, is the best part, just to delay them a further turn instead of...
Right.
Or I could throw their life away and get 40 guys back, probably around here, or like maybe in the back lines over here or something. But that's only on a 4-up, and that costs a command point to do. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, because this is a tough fight as well. That's what I'll do, though. I'll kill him off to over here. So that's the more guaranteed plan, at least.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I want to try and delay as much as I can. So I'll have one ghoul left alive. And that's that. I have nothing else to fight with. He is not within 3 inches, so he can't pile in and fight anything. And that's all she wrote, right? You get two victory points again. One over there, and it's on to my turn. Well, Battle Shock, but he is wholly within 18 inches of him, and he's got the relic, where he makes a model pass. Arch Regent automatically heals 3 because he's the Ghoul King on crack, so he's up to 5. He's got 2 missing health. Still, he's not likely to survive another attack from him.
No, but that's pretty cool. That's huge.
Yeah. Now this Courtier, for the ghouls here, he's going to muster Surfs, so I roll 6 dice for every 2-up. I pick a Surf unit within 10 inches, and I get to add a Surf back to that unit for every 2-up. So there's the 5. I also have the option of doing something like this when I reanimate the 5. There is well, it does specify that you can put them down one model at a time now. So you'll go there, you'll go there, you'll go there, you'll go there, and then I run them in an attempt to go for the objective, and I'd have to end somewhere around there. But I'll have more than one model within range of the objective with 2 of them, because 6 would take him already in range of the objective, and running them even further will help. But then again, it kind of gives up them free reign to do pretty much anything. Now, I don't know if it's worth that 3 points, or if it just delays you from getting to my objective 1 turn earlier. But if I run them over that way, it'll at least force something to go over here and try and kill them. Sure, whatever. I'll try and get a point lead. We'll see. We'll see. So they're going to end up like that in the hero phase from the reanimating. We're going to have him cast his... I guess he can give himself D3 attacks. Might help. But he's going to cast Blood Feast instead. Well, first of all. He gets it with a 10. Ooh, that's good, because that's like D6 mortal wounds, I think. This does D6 mortal wounds. I pick something within 12 inches. It's either the Blood Kings or this guy. And then I pick a Flesh Shooter Court within 6 inches of that unit, and then they heal the amount of wounds I deal. So I could pick them and heal him, or pick them and heal them, bring them up D6 guys. I don't think that's going to amount... Well, I could bring back more guys and guarantee I get the objective. But I think he needs to die because he's a pretty major threat in my backline right now. So I think I am going to pick him. He's going to suffer D6 mortal wounds because there's no way to stop it. 2. It's not that great. He ignores him on a 5-up. So he takes 2, and then he's going to heal back to full. So he's down to 4, and he's back to 7. And then he's going to cast Ferocious Hunger. Got it with a 7. He's going to put it on himself for an extra D3 attacks. 3. He's got 10 attacks right now. I'm going to try and take him out. For the actual movement phase, I think this guy's going to go back here and try and help out a little bit. Just because he does have that shield where he gets to reroll failed saving throws of 1, 2, and 3 now because of the wounds he suffered against my 10 attacks. We will run those ghouls, an extra 5 for 11 inches. So with the 11 inches, we're going to go something like this. Running all the ghouls, and they can bunch up a little bit again because they don't need to go the full. So they'll end there swarming around this objective. The Vargolf will move 10 to here. He does have fly. And then these guys move up their 6, which will take them to here. Maybe this kind of initial point grab early on will help me towards the end here. Ending there. The guy at the Courtier in the back will run. Extra 1, so he's just going to go to here. Now the issue I have with these guys is I can move 5 inches to about up here. Well, they move 7, but it's 2 to climb up to there, and then I could attempt to charge, or I could run, and on a 3-up, I'd get at least 1 guy within range, and the higher I run, I get more in range. I think I might as well go for the charge. It's about 8 inches. So the Crypt Horrors ending there. I have no shooting, so right on the charges. 6 fails. Not in 6 inches of either of these heroes to reroll that, so they're stuck over there. I will try and charge with the ghouls here, naturally. They're going to go 1 plus 6 for 7. Almost failed. First guy that moves has to go here. I should have made more room for him. It is what it is. So we'll end there, and then the Vargolf will charge 11 inches. So he might as well just go to... So those 2 aren't attacking. So he's going to have to pile in over there. I guess I'll just go here. So he can't attack. But I'll still get this guy's attacks on me. And then this little ghoul's going to charge in. Yeah, he makes it with a 10. Oop. Kind of also banking on going twice here to finalize these positions a little bit better. I'm debating if I go over here first. I think I'm going to go with my Ghoul King because I don't want to lose him to that Puscoil Blight Lord or the Lord of Affliction. I don't think this is the right call, but I'm going to do it anyways. My Regent will fight the Lord of Affliction with his 10 attacks now because of his spell. Hitting on 3s. Okay, couple misses. Pretty much the spells misses. Wounding on 3s. Not bad, 2 fails. You have a 5-up armor save rolling 1s, 2s, and 3s for your relic.
Okay, not the 4, because after modifiers.
That's 1 damage I go through so far.
Before modifiers.
So maybe 3 damage, but you also have your Feel No or Disgust and Resilience.
Right.
So 2 damage. So he's down to 2. And then your pick. Vikings are going to go. This guy, if he piles in, would have to go that way.
But I don't think... We'll check if he's in range. I don't... Maybe...
We're going to put 4 into them because he's in range, and then him into the Vargulf.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll do him first. Into the Vargulf, hitting on 3s.
Yep. 3s and no 6.
2 hits, hitting on 3s. And there's a Rend. Which will put him to a 6-up armor, which he does not ignore, and they're 1 damage each. So he takes 1 damage. He's down to 7. 12 attacks into my ghouls on 3s. No rerolls, but we also have 2 6s. Which turns into... Ooh! 10 extra attacks! Ugh! That's so bad. 3s to wound. Oh man, if I lose more than 10 guys here, I'll be so upset. What are the chances? Unlikely. 15 wounds as well. So only 4 failed wounds, by the way. And then this is all of them dying. So that's 3 go down, or 3 saves because of Deathless Minions. They have the Rend built in. So 5, 10, 12 ghouls die. I lose my Feeding Frenzy ability. I have 8 left, so I'm going to take these 2 because they don't fit in. Oh, rough. That was a good hit from the Blight Kings. Stupid ghouls. Fall like paper. I'm gonna go ahead with the Ghoul Courtier and see if I can do 2 damage to him. 3 attacks with his Bone Club. They all hit. 3s to wound. Oh, 1 wound. No Rend. 4 rerollable. He's good. And 2 attacks with the Filthy Claws. 1 hit, 1 wound. 4-up armor, rerollable. Ah, you're good. And this is all you have left for picks.
I think...
So, where are these attacks going?
So, I'm going to put, essentially, the 2 big guys, so the Stinger and the Bell, which don't hit anyway, are going to go into him. Everything else is going to go into him. Because last time I attacked everything to him, and he's back to full.
Yeah, he went back to full health.
So, trying to kill this guy off at least, so that you can't heal your... I mean, he's a support character, right? So might as well.
So we have Fester, so Foul Mouth Parts and Fester Spike in him, and then the Bell and the Stinger in him.
Right. So just might as well Bell and Stinger first. So Stinger...
Misses.
Oh, it misses, naturally.
And the Bell.
Bell.
What a surprise, it misses. And we have 2 attacks. Well, we might as well do Fester Spike, because that'll probably kill him.
Fester Spike.
3s.
So 3s. He
Reroll
rolls 1. The 1s. Okay.
3s. 1.
Look at that, just 1.
Ooh.
-1.
6 up.
Okay.
D3 damage. 3. Oh, 6 is to ignore. I need to make 2 of these. He dies. Okay. He does get skewered. Boop. I know I was going to use him as a screening unit, but at the same time I also want him dead, so. I guess we'll do the ghoul attacks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys attacking for 14 attacks. Hitting on 4s. No rerolls, because I'm not near any abhorrence. And I got 2 wounds. 2 4-ups.
Just 4-ups though. So
1 damage. Now the Vargulf's gonna go. He's got his immense claws. He hits on. He's got 4 attacks. I get to reroll 1s because I'm near my serfs as part of the Mourgaunt court. So I hit on 3s with that. Wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds. At -1 for 5-up armor. Jeez, that rolls all over the place. So you make both of them. A single attack with his dagger-like fang. 3 to hit. 2 to wound. That's a wound. This one is, I think it's -2, but I'll double check. Don't roll 6. 1 fails anyways. D3 damage. 2!
No.
Almost kill 1.
Yeah. Put on this guy because I don't want ghouls to get in range of the objective.
Right, so I don't kill anyone over here, so that means he doesn't heal. This is it for combats. Onto morale. We have none over here. I did lose 12 ghouls over here. I'm going to roll it because I need to keep my command points. Their bravery 10, so losing D6 plus 2. So 6 more ghouls run away as they buckle in that overwhelming Blight King attack. Oh man, that's awful. I have just you 2 left. I will control this objective for 3 victory points. I still control this objective for a total of 4. And this one brings me to 5 for a total of well, total of 5, putting me at 7 to 4 for the Flesh Eater Courts. Now we have a very important double turn roll off. If I can steal the double turn here, I think I can get pretty far ahead in points.
Yeah.
Pretty far ahead. But I guess let's see where the cycle of corruption goes first. At the start of your hero phase, if you get to go next, you pick D3 of my units within 12 of each other, and they just start taking mortal wounds. Right. Now for the important roll off. Unfortunately, Constantine wins ties. I got a 6. Oh, all right. So I'll steal it right back. I'll go at the start of turn 3.
Interesting.
That's gonna be a lot of points. That's gonna be 3, 6, because that's like guaranteed 3, 6, 8 victory points. It turns out this worked out. As I said when I was doing, like, oh, I'm banking on a double turn, but that was huge that worked. Now my hero phase, this Vargolf is gonna muster these guys. He's got no one else to bring back on a 5-up, so all 6-up or all 2-ups into them. So 5 guys come back over here. All right, so I got 5 back there, and now they're within 10 inches of him, so we're gonna get back another 5. So 10 come back. I'm gonna get as much back into combat as I can, then the rest are gonna start wrapping around. He's gonna go ahead and attempt to cast Blood Feast again. If this goes off on a 6, but a 10 plus would be great. Oh, I think I failed it. Well, I lied, that's a 7, so I failed that one, and then I'll definitely do... I do Mystic Shield on himself? How do I get the extra D3? Oh, Mystic... That's a tough one. I want him dead. I'll do the extra attacks. I got it. Oh, yeah. D3. He's back up to 10. Back up to 10 attacks on him. Those are really meant for like big bricks at 40 ghouls, obviously. Oh, jeez. That's it for my hero phase stuff. On to movement, where they're already there. We're gonna have this guy move up to there. So 7 inches on him. We'll get him to right here, and then the rest are gonna try and follow. Go ahead and advance these guys, or run them 7 inches, just to kind of skirt as far away from that as they can. So I'll put the guy here. I'm just gonna go. They're all gonna be within 6 inches of it, but they're all also gonna try and skirt away from it. Actually, you can go further. Go like this. Now they're all within 6 of the center. Now the Cryptors declare a charge. They need a 3. 7 is good enough. So we'll put them in there like so. That's definitely currently my objective, unless unfortunate circumstances happen over here. This is still the big unknown for me over here, though, against this guy. 10 attacks, killing him off. I think I want to go with this fight first, just because that's my guarantee point. Because if you kill me off here, then that's all of a sudden you denying me 1 point and accumulating 3 points every other turn. If I kill him off here, then you're going to have to split the forces here to go separate ways. And, well, maybe he could take them out on his own, we'll see. But I don't think they have enough to chew through all of this. And no, I made that mistake before. I'm definitely going to go with the 10 attacks from the Regent into the Lord of Affliction. Hitting on 3s. Okay, a few misses. Actually, quite a bit of misses. That's scary. Wounding on 3s. 2. 5-up armor save rerollable. Not the 4s, so that's 1 that goes through. 5-up to ignore it. Yep. So he takes 1. I think I'm going to spend a command point on Feeding Frenzy to immediately attack again. Just to try and make sure he dies. Boop. Puts me down to 2 command points, and I'll fight again. Hitting on 3s. A cluster of misses there. 3s. Okay, 2 go through. I think the dice really want him to live. I think he's going to live here.
Let's see.
Yep. Oh, so frustrating. Just give it to me. Come on, why do I have to work so hard? Put all 4 into the ghouls again.
Yeah.
And then you have 1 extra guy.
Might as well put him into him again. It's not probably going to do much, but yeah, I want to max out on these guys because this is the most likely. I can do the most damage here, I think.
Right.
Because no point in them, because they can come back as well. And
3 attacks in my Vargolf. Hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on 3. That's
Look at that.
6 up armor and 6 up to ignore.
My
so
goodness.
I take a damage. Puts him down to 6, and then the rest of the attacks into the ghouls. Hitting on 3s into my ghouls. Yep.
6s.
No 6s this time. I'll count myself lucky there. Like you should expect at least 2.
Oh well.
3s, just not those 2 rolling 12 extra attacks. So we got 5 goes through my armor, so I ignoring damage. So 3 die. It's the world of difference between 12 and 3. Like that's how spiky the Blight Kings are. I'll go with the Vargolf next because I want him to heal, so I'll at least try to kill him auto with him. Got 4 attacks with his sweeping attacks. That's sort of like claws, and he's wound on not 2, so we have 2 at -1, so you have 5 up armor saves.
Okay, so that's a wound.
That's flat 2. That's 2 damage.
Oh yeah. Then.
And then his sword like fang hits, wounds on a 2, it wounds, and it's -2. Ugh. Oh, you make it. So he just does 2 damage. Kills off that 1 Blight King and puts the champ down to 4. And then the Lord of Affliction will attack my regent. Let's see if we can survive this.
Well,
oh man, I can't believe he lived. I am very distraught about this. 20 attacks and I did 1 damage.
Well, you're still holding the objective right now.
I am, but
yeah, but
still.
no, yeah, I get it. So 3's rolling 1s.
We got 3 hits, 3 sixes.
Sure. No exploding, unfortunately. And 3s. 1.
5 up armor. We fail it. It's D3 damage.
3.
Oh, 3 damage. He ignores he's on 6s. He takes 3. He's down to 4. And he was foul mouth parts?
Yeah, foul mouth parts.
I think they only have 2 attacks. Or are they 3? It's only 2 attacks.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
That's
Just
fine.
gonna reroll. 1 hit.
1 hit.
And no wound.
And now for the old Bell and Venomous Sting.
I don't actually know why we're doing this, but hey, whatever. Oh my goodness, it hit. Okay.
So was that the Sting or the Bell?
That was the stinger. I always make it in the normal
order as it's
order.
listed.
Yeah, as listed.
This wound's on 3,
Sorry,
I believe.
but I didn't specify. Yeah,
so
that's
wound
3.
is -1. So I fail that. That's D3 damage. Oh jeez. 1, which I take. I'm down to 3. Now the Bell hits on a 4.
It doesn't.
So I'm down to 3 again. You're down to 1. I can't believe that. And the horrors get to pile in because they charged. And you'll actually know before you pile in, you'll pile in first. In fact, I don't even think I can pile you in. You'll go there, and then you'll come in here. So I still get my 3 attacking. And then you guys are just happy there. So here's the 10 attacks because of the champion. 4's to hit. Okay, not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. 3's to wound. 6's matter because 6's do 3 damage. We got 1 you have to save separately, and then 4 others. The 6 does 3 damage.
Yep. So the 3 damage 6.
So you make that, and then these are all 4 up armor saves as well.
So let's see.
That's 4 damage. That kills off a Blight King.
Boop.
I don't know if I want to. I could fight again with them, getting all those attacks again. I don't know if these guys are a huge threat though. What can they do? What can they do?
I mean,
No, I think.
You don't really have this in your pocket.
I think I'm gonna keep the command points. Feeding frenzy. Yeah, we'll keep the command points. To morale, no morale over here, and no morale on the other side. So I'm getting the 8 victory points. I'm getting 3 for there, 3 for there for a total of 6, 7, and 8 because I still control this one. Score is 15-4 for the Flesh Eater Courts. And then that's it. I'm gonna start Blight King turn 3. Start of the hero phase, you have to do your cycle ability.
Yeah.
You can pick 3 units or D3 units.
It's D3, but I'm not going to roll the D3 because I already know I'm going to go for him, and there's nothing else within 12 of him.
So he's just going
to suffer D3 mortal wounds, yeah.
Does he just die here? He takes 3. 6 has 2 more. He's got
okay.
1 wound left.
Okay, so...
And now you also heal a wound on him.
I heal automatically in the my hero phase.
To 2.
And now in my hero phase, he does a mortal wound on him on a 2+.
And on himself on a 6 up.
On himself. So him first on a 2+. Please get... Okay, that's
and
a mortal wound.
6 to ignore. He's dead.
Okay.
So you kill him. Boo.
And then on a 1, he damages himself again.
On a 6, he'd hurt himself.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the Nurgle.
And then on a 6, he also heals himself because of the very own discharge, which it's the same thing the Black Kings have. Oh, he does.
He heals himself D3, I think it is. He's going to heal that 1 plus what's D3. So he heals 1 more. He's back up to 4. And then over here, we only have to roll for them because they're the only hurt ones. So they also heal D3. Back up to full on that one guy. And Virulent discharges over here. They can't heal themselves, but they can hurt my guys. So we'll start with my ghouls. On a 6.
Ghouls.
Nope.
No.
My which I got to heal him.
The Vargulf.
Nope.
Okay, no. And the Horrors.
No. So I'm going to see if I heal my Vargulf because he killed the model last turn. He does. Goes back to full. It's things like this. I mean, they make good games, but man, he had 20 attacks and he took 1 damage. Are you going to use Morbid Vigor?
The problem is, if I kill them, you could theoretically put them anywhere, right?
Yeah.
It's anywhere 9 inches away from me, 6 inches from the edge.
Right.
So I think I will trigger Morbid Vigor on him just for the chance.
Just in case?
Yeah.
So you're back down to 1 command point.
Yeah.
And now we have to see our contagion points. We're going to get 2d3.
Yeah.
We'll do those first. For the trees.
So
give you
it's
3.
3.
Plus you get 3
from having my own guys.
Because I have guys in your territory.
Right.
And then I did have a guy here when you had to do that, so it would have been 6. So a total of 9, which puts you at 15 contagion points. We're going to run this guy because he's already got this objective.
Yeah.
So 1, so he goes 9.
Great.
He's going to go 9 inches this direction. We're going to advance both squads. First one 2 inches, and then they're going to go
1.
Okay, so 6 and 5. Now there's 8 guys in range of the objective, so that's yours again. It's movement because they're trapped. I assume there's no charges.
Well, end of the movement.
You'll go there with that summon. That is it for summoning stuff. We're going to bank 8 points. We're trying to get over there. And there's no charges, which means we only have... Fight. There's 3 Blight Kings. Where are they going?
Yeah, everything into the ghouls again.
Everything forward into the ghouls.
Let me just grab.
Hitting on 3s. 6s. That there's a 6.
That's, yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
so 1 attack. 3 hits in total with the Blight Kings.
Nice.
And they wound on 3s. 1.
Awesome.
Alright, 1 ghoul is dead. And we'll take you. Yes, I might as well go ahead with... I'll go with my Vargolf into them. He's got his sword-like claws, for his claws, hitting on 3s. And we got 2 wounds at -1, so 5 up armor saves. So that's flat 2 damage so far. And then one singular attack, it misses. So we just do 2 damage with him. And I have the same amount of attacks with my horrors, so we have 10 attacks on 4s.
4s, yeah.
That was a pretty good hit. Wounding on 3s, no rend, that's the 3 damage, and the other ones are just 2. So we'll do 3 first.
3 damage goes through.
So that's total 3.
And,
oh wow, that's
so
total
that's
9.
7. Yeah.
It's 9 total wounds, and these guys are all 8 wounders.
Yep, so...
Or 4 wounders, so that's...
So 2 are dead, so these 2 are dead, and he is down to 3 wounds.
Yep. And the ghouls get to pile in and fight still. Boop. Getting me 9 ghouls in range to attack. For a total of 19 attacks for the champion. 4s! No re-rolling. Ooh. And 4s! Getting 3. 4 of armor! Oh, close. He's got 1 wound left. Not too concerned about killing this one guy, I guess. So I'm not going to Feeding Frenzy. And then that should be it for the turn. We have no morale to take.
Yeah.
And you get 4 victory points.
Right.
So now the cycle goes up to Corrupted Regrowth. At the start of any Nurgle turn, their units heal D3 wounds. We roll off a turn 4, where I win ties. Whoop! 5. 6! Come on! Okay! So it is Nurgle turn 4, unless you don't want it.
Well, I'm not sure it actually matters that much, but yeah, I'm good to go for it.
Okay, you might as well go for it. So now we're just going to jump right into your turn. You have your healing. He automatically heals D3 plus 1.
Right.
Because of the cycle. So he heals 2 up to 6. Then on a 6 he hurts himself. And then on a 6 he heals himself. So he doesn't hurt himself.
He doesn't hurt himself, and he doesn't heal himself.
And then these guys are already at full health. On a 6 he could heal himself.
Yeah, but he also automatically heals D3 first.
Also, yeah, that's true.
Cycle.
So he's back up to full.
Back up to full, yeah.
So, and then on a 6 they take mortal wounds.
No, not that. Sorry.
Nope. And then the Vargolf. Nope. And then the Horrors. Nope.
No.
Now your contagion points, you get 3d3 for the 3 trees, plus 7, because you have 3 for that one. I have models. I have no models on my half of the territory. So 7 plus 3d3. So 2, 4, 6, so a total of 13.
Yep.
I put you at 21 contagion points on turn 4. Would you like to use Morbid Vigor?
Sure. Or though, no, I don't really need it, I don't think.
We're going to run him. He's going to move 8 plus 3 for 11. Flies there. He's stuck in combat. And over here, you're not looking to fight, so...
They don't matter at all anymore. They just stand here. There's no way I'm gonna get there on the other side of the table with them anytime soon.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna stay here. I'm not gonna attack them, so you can't even possibly get them back.
Right. One question we're having here. I haven't checked the FAQ, but it says you spend all you summon up to 1 or more things, and then you place them all within range of something. Now the question is, could you summon a tree and then a unit right here to get the objective, or does he have to put all the things down at once?
Right.
At this point, I'm so far ahead in points, I don't know if it matters all that much, so we're going to go ahead and let you do it that way. You have your 21 points, you could do tree, unit if you wanted to. Just to make it easier, as opposed to just like summoning everything here and then they're not going to amount to anything. We're not too sure which way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, last time we treated it as if we couldn't, so that's why I just put 1 here. I could have otherwise put another 1 here, and then a unit of 5 Plague Bearers here. I had the points for it. Technically, I would have held the point. We calculated it.
Well,
points-wise, you would still be in the lead.
Yeah, you wouldn't get the Plague Bears last turn, because you would have only had enough points to put a tree here. A tree there, and then a tree there.
Yeah, right.
So nothing would be summoned until this turn anyways.
Yeah, I guess.
So at this point, I'm okay just saying, like, you can put a tree here, then summon the Plague Bears over there if you want, just to get the objective.
Right.
So we're going to pop that there for 7 points, and we're going to spend 14 points to summon 10 Plague Bears right here. The Plague Bears are in use right now, and I don't think putting them down matters that much, because the game's going to degenerate into, like, oh, I stay where I am, I get points. Then I'll stay where I am and I'll get points. And then we'll see who wins at the end. Go ahead and do this fight over here. You get to fight first. Where do you want to put the attacks?
Yeah, 3 attacks with the ghouls again.
And the ghouls on 3s. 2 hits, winning on 3s.
His weapon is probably not. He's
He's
healthy.
all worn out.
Yeah.
And I lose 2. We'll say you die and you die. And then I'll go ahead with these guys. And then, I don't think I can get them in. So this is the one guy's in. 6 attacks with the horrors, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, 1 wound. Ooh, 2 damage. Down to 2, and then I'll go with the rest of the ghouls. 3, 6, 7, 15 attacks for the champ. 15 attacks on 4s. That's not bad. No rerolling either. No Ghoul King equivalent nearby. And boop, wounding on 4s. Okay, we got 5 wounds. These are 4 up armor saves. Maybe I'll kill him. Not that killing him matters all that much.
Believe it. Yeah,
I do. Alright. I do kill him off. Boop, boop. And then this double turn had the potential. Just because we're not too sure on the rule, but I think this makes it a little more interesting with this double turn. Because there's no morale to take. We're done here. That's 3, 6, 7 victory points for you. Makes the score equivalent at 15 to 15. The double turns are really making this game a little wonky. Making it a pretty hard game. On to my turn 4. I'm going to bring back some ghouls. We get 5 ghouls back here. And the other guy will bring back only 3. So a total of 8. And ending like that. In my hero phase, I have nothing else to really do. I get another command point. There's always that. Here are the 10 plague bears that went for the objective. Now here are the ghouls. No, we'll put them down now that we need them. That's it for the hero phase. On to the movement phase, where I'm just going to move the ghouls. The ghouls are going to move down here to get within 3. And kind of clump up a little bit as well. Ideally, hoping to get a large charge. I'm going to run the Vargolf. I'm going to go 13 inches. Where the back of his base ends here. And these horrors are just gonna... They're not gonna get anywhere in 2 turns, so they're gonna stay here and hold this objective. Ooh. We're gonna change the move up a little bit to make room for him, where he advances a total of 7. We're just gonna go here. Charging, I'd like this objective back, please. 9. That's a good charge. They rush in like that, that's my only combat, so I'm gonna go ahead and pile in and fight with these ghouls. They're gonna end up there. I forgot to move these guys up. They're going to move up, and they're going to try and suicide into the Blight King so they can maybe come back to life. They'll charge in good enough to make it, to get as much Blight Kings attacking them as possible. And then I'll bring this guy in too so he has to fight. Throw their lives away, maybe they'll come back. I've already piled in with them, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Well, I guess you could have piled in a little more. And get the ranks in there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys attacking for a total of 30
attacks.
30 attacks because they have over 10, and the champion's back here. Forced to hit. No rerolling these ones. Forced to wound. 8 wounds on them. They have a 5 up armor. They have a 5 up armor?
Yeah,
they do have
a
5 up. Yeah. And then 5 up disgust and resilience.
5.
Kill 5. Only 5 go down.
Okay, take the fake banner.
Gotta take the fake banner. And then I'll spend 1 command point for Freeding Frenzy, where they immediately pile in and fight 1 more time. So you're gonna wrap around, let more guys get in. Now we piled in. I got 4, 8, 12, 13 for a total of well 26 plus. What did I say? 13? I can't remember. 39 attacks now. 4s to hit. No re-rolling. So like. The capabilities of this court, I find are really good, especially with the ghoul spam, because even like 20-man squads of ghouls are super efficient. I find this 20-man squad I'm running with now is doing way more work than that 40-man squad did. Well, based on their positioning, of course, as well. Forced wound! Got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 up armor save.
Again.
Making 3, and 3's to wound. Sorry, 5 up to ignore damage, I killed him. Just actually.
Exactly.
The other 5 go down before they swing. And then you have to try to extinguish me over here. So I assume you don't want to pile anything, and you have 2 Blight Kings that have to attack, and the Blight Lord that, or the Putrid Blight Lord has to attack as well. Here's the 2 Blight Kings.
Yeah, 2 Blight Kings.
And 3s.
Good, no 6s.
No 6s, 3s to wound.
That's probably gonna kill him anyway.
Oh, 5 wounds. Oh, they're just dead. I don't have any heroes nearby.
Oh no, how unfortunate.
3, 4, 5. There's 1 left, and the Blight Lord gets to attack him. Hey, Blight Lord. 1 hit.
Okay.
You got him. He's dead.
Yeah, no.
Boop.
Okay.
And now I spend command ability, command points. Now for heaving masses to kick into play. I have 2 command points left, and I have enough heroes on the table to use this still. Enough being 1.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll a d6 on a 4. That identical unit shows up anywhere on the battlefield within 6 inches of an edge, more than 9 away from enemies.
Right.
First one, they come back. So all 40 ghouls come back.
Awesome.
So here we have 40 ghouls coming back, 6 inches on this table edge. I'm going for my objective because it's the easiest one to go for. Because we have to roll out to see who goes next. If I go over here, and if you go next, you just kind of charge them and tie me up, and I can't get the objective. I can't get this one either because I have to be wholly within 6 inches of the table edge. And this one is, well, the center of the objective is like, it's technically supposed to be
12 inches away
12
from
inches
the
up.
edge,
So we're not within range. Next turn I get to go. If I win the roll off, I move up. That's pretty much game. Because I just stand on the objective and nothing will take them off of that.
Yeah, because that's the 3 points for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to you getting 1 point a turn, where I'll be getting 1, 2, 5. At the top of turn 5, you get +2 to your move characteristic. Roll off. You win ties. What do you get? 3. Gotta roll 4 up. Ah, dang. All right. So it's gonna be turn 5 from the Maggotkin.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And you get +2 to your movement characteristics, so he moves 10 base.
Right.
And you get a bunch of contagion points. Do you plan on summoning anything this turn? We'll see how much you get. So he is already at full health. On a 6, he can hurt himself because he heals at the start.
Right. So let's see.
No,
he's
he's fine. No healing needed over here. Right. So we can go right on to, unless you want to use Morbid Vigor, because you have 3 command points.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Morbid Vigor.
All right, so they're back up to Feel No Pain 5 up. You get 4d3 plus 6 because I have units on both sides again.
Right. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 6, so
13 more. So you're just up to 13, so you can only summon 1 7-point thing.
That is important.
We're going to advance, run him, we might as well because he can charge afterwards, so he gets a total of 12 inches.
Yep.
Or you could use a command point to make it on max 6, because you have the 2.
Yeah, you know what, I will.
So he goes 18 inches.
Yeah.
I'm not going to move these guys because there's no point, even if they run their maximum distance, because they move 6. Well, they could, actually, no, that's not true, because they move 6.
Move 6, yeah, right.
Also, we might as well run them then. So this squad here.
Yeah, only if I roll like a 5 or a 6, then it really matters for them.
So they can. So they go 12 inches, 13 inches because they're a musician.
Yeah.
So 13 inches to here, and then we'll have this guy come up so he's within range of the tree when they charge. Yep. You guys won't matter because they can't get within range of a tree. The Harbinger will run. So he goes 2. Oh, geez. And he will go right behind the Blight Kings here. He won't be able to charge, but he might have well, he's just there. And down to 6 contagion points, summoning 5 more Plague Bearers over here. More than 9 away from me. And wholly within 12 of the general, a hero or a tree. So within range of the hero. Right on to the charges then. No shooting.
I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna go with try with the Blight Kings first.
Sure.
It's a really long charge, but...
Oh, of course they roll a 10 because they get +1. The 10 does fail. You do have 1 command point left to reroll. You need an 11. No.
Okay.
So they're stuck over there.
Then the Lord of Afflictions will go. Yeah, that's
He gets in with a 6.
I'm just gonna put him to right there.
And then these guys can try a 9 charge if they want to. They'd probably die if they go in.
No, they don't want to.
Okay. This is the only fight, so he's going to go ahead and fight them.
Tester Spike first. So 3 attacks, 3s, rerolling that 1.
Yep. 2 hits, swinging on 3s. And it goes through my armor, so you just have 2d3 damage. So it kills 4 of them.
Foul mouth parts, 3s, okay, 3s, 2.
There's no rend on that. So I 1 more dice for a total of 5.
Sting on 4.
Yep. Hits, wounds on a 3. Oh my goodness, it kills D3 more. So we're at 7 so far.
Then the
bell, the Dolorous Toxin.
It hits.
Hits, wounds on a 3.
It does.
And this kills flat 2, so it kills 9. So 9 actually go down to him right there. Jeez. 6, 9 die. And there's no point for me really fighting back. I could pile in and fight twice, and then I could just I'm just going to skip to my morale where I lost 9. I'm currently bravery 10, plus 3, plus 4, because this is inspiring. Mm-hmm. So I'm currently 14. D6 plus 9, I'm sticking around. I only got an 11. No one's running away. And then on my turn, all I do is I fall back out of combat near there with more models than you have, which I should be able to do with 31 models for the game. Yeah. You get 4 points on your turn. You get 1 for yours and 3 for mine because you currently still control it.
Right.
Which at 19 victory points. And on my turn, all I do is I follow this stuff back around here, which I should be able to do with a run. I'm going to run a total of 11 inches. They have about 7 or 8 models in range. So with that move, I'm going to move 9 models over here. Let's see if we can do that. I just moved the ones that mattered. So I moved enough models in range to control the objective more than 3 away from all my enemies. and they end their move more than 3 away from him after the move, I just kept a clump over here, and I chained the coherency around this way. That's and at the end of my turn, since there's no combat, it's 1, 2, 5 victory points, putting me at 20 to 19.
Yeah.
So for this 1,250 point game, there was way more thinking that was necessary.
Right.
And the dice were super swingy, and you know what? At times it's pretty frustrating. Just because you know that feeling when you're like, oh, I got this game. I got the double turn. I got the plan I wanted. It worked out fine. Like, oh, he didn't die. Oh, you got the double turn over there. Oh, they lived. It's like, oh my goodness. I'll give you that awkward left-handed handshake, and we're going to set up for a second game here. And we'll do a little post-game chat for the Vault members as well. But other than that, that is it for this game, folks. If you want to see more Flesh Eater Quartz, I'm going to play the Super Elite Blister skin.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Blister skin?
No,
Gore?
it's Grizzle Gore.
Grizzle Gore, that's what I'm playing. I'm playing Grizzle Gore, which is all
Grizzle
mounts.
Gore?
It's mounts. It's Battle Line Zombie Dragons, Battle Line Terrorgeist. We're going to try that out. I'm not too sure what Constantine's playing. Any foresight to what you're playing?
Maybe 7F.
Okay, so it'll be pretty elite on elite game.
Probably.
Alright, and that is it for this battle report, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you're a Vault member, stay tuned for the post-game chat.